Wow. 10 years we've been waiting for this movie, and I am just shooked. I am just shooked. Hello, YouTube. This is Hero95 here, and today I'm gonna be doing a review plus spoilers of the film. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, just please wait until you've seen the movie to see my review of Avengers Infinity War. There will be some spoilers of the film, and yeah, spoilers. There will be some spoilers, and let's get right into the review of the movie. The movie is pretty awesome. It's damn awesome. It's probably one of my favorite Avengers movies of all time. It hits the high points. It hits everything that I want to see in the Avengers. The only thing that I kind of dislike about it is the pacing. Sometimes the pacing will go up and down. Sometimes you know, sometimes it just feels like that it gets jarring at first because they're balancing out so many characters and so many plot twists, so many stuff that goes on with this film, and that really is just one of the biggest problems of this film is the pacing and how they can commemorate all these characters, because a lot of it's basically like it's choppy at times, but then it just gets so interesting when you get when you ignore the choppiness that these films had to offer as well too. So I kind of like that as well too. And Thanos is a badass in this film. He is great. Josh Brolin did a fantastic job with this character. He's really good. He balances out, the good side of Thanos and the sad, heartless, emotional side of Thanos. This is probably the most emotional villains in the MCU franchise that is just so good and just so riveting as well too. Now, yeah, it's just amazing. It's not amazing like Black Panther was, but it's amazing in all cylinders whatsoever. This is, I think, the movie we've been looking forward to ever since 2008. It is just amazing, amazing, amazing movie. Now let's get into the spoiler territory. So if you haven't seen this film, please do not watch this review and go watch the movie, because it's an epic, epic movie as well. To the story is basically all about, it does go to Thanos' past and Gamora's past about, it does basically get into a lot about Thanos' past and why he ventured to be one of the cruelest bad guys in this MCU universe. And it explores that. It also explores Gamora's backstory of how she met Thanos and everything, and how she was taken from her planet and her home, despite having certain casualties as well too. So it's a very good film. It balances out pretty much what I expect to also happen. Characters are kind of caught up to what other characters are doing. They haven't, I would have liked, I would have liked if Hulk would have explained a lot to Natasha about him being in Asgard with Thor and all that kind of stuff, and the Hulk trying to tamper with it. And the only thing that I kind of wish there was in the movie was Hulk. I mean, he's mentioned in the promotional trailers and all that, but he's not in the film as well. It's just Bruce Banner, and Bruce Banner is trying to control Hulk, but Hulk is trying to control Hulk to battle, but it's just not working for him. It's just, kind of is upsetting. And it's a pretty good movie. It balances really good stuff as well too. I like all the camaraderies the character has. I like Thor with Rocket Raccoon. It was amazing. This movie has pretty much a lot of action in there and a lot of suspense, and really just great to see all the characters come together to fight a cause that's been in the MCU for a long time. It's just so good, and especially I liked it when they brought a lot of characters back from the MCU films. One in particular is the Red Skull, in that scene where Thanos and Gamora go to one of the planets to go find the Soul Stone to sacrifice Gamora for the Soul Stone, and Red Skull is in that place, and it's just really just so cool to see that come to life as well too. So I kind of like that as well too. I also like that. Um, I also like Thanos in the movie. I think he's a really good villain, balances out emotions and everything around it as well too. The deaths are really rewarding. It's very sad to see the deaths, but it's a pretty balanced and well balanced film. And definitely, I think you should definitely watch. A lot of the characters play off each other really nicely, really well. You know, there's some certain contexts and scenes that are really good, and the ending especially is is my favorite. I like the ending for the movie. The movie's ending was really good. It gave us some clues that Captain Marvel is going to be part of the MCU franchise, and the next movie we're probably going to see after the Ant-Man and the Wasp. It's a really good um, ending. It's really well rewarding and really cool. So it's just all that. All the characters die. All the characters die the same as the comics. If you ever read any of the comics, the characters die, but they, left the normal Avengers to die off in vain. It was really rewarding to see some characters die, and really sad because you grew up with these characters for 10 years, and it's just really just pretty sad to see all these characters go like this. It's just all it is just sadness and heartbreak from all these characters. It's just such a heartbreak as well too. And I like the Battle of Wakanda, which is really riveting, really cool to see Thor throw his new found hammer and all that kind of stuff. It's really cool and really rewarding. Definitely something I think you would have a good time seeing. It's great. I really enjoyed it. A lot of suspense characters are all over the place. It's just an amazing ride from beginning to end. Characters are so rewarding. It was just so good. It was just so good. But I have to give props to the Russo brothers for doing a fantastic job of balancing out every single character and camaraderies with them. How they act with one another and all kind of stuff, and play off each other really good as well too. It was just so good. It led me to question what are they going to do with the MCU films. We already know they're going to be there's so many Marvel characters that are owned by different studios to do movies, but I'm hoping that we will get more characters to come and play some certain characters for this next Avengers movie to happen because because basically we're going to get another Avengers movie, and it's going to be when they go and defeat Thanos and all that kind of stuff, because the whole world's in parallel and everybody's dying. So it's just rewarding. As you may have noticed, all the deaths are very satisfying. You know, um, yeah, two times a character died. It's just really rewarding, and just all in all, it's just a great, um, excellent, excellent, excellent film. The Battle of Wakanda was just epic and just immersive. Some of the scenes were very funny and very hilarious. Characters died in vain for the good cause, and just very sad and very rewarding and very. It was a pretty awesome, well balanced, put together movie that I think you will probably enjoy watching as well as well. And it starts right in the movie. And the movie starts right into the beginning. It starts right after Thor Ragnarok, so it continues right after Thor Ragnarok, and you see all the Asgardians dying in vain, including the gatekeeper from Thor. I mean, he dies in vain from that, and it's just he dies in vain after Thanos kills him, and of course, it just shows you what a badass he is. There's a lot of emotion between Thanos because he explains about his past and Gamora's relationship with Thanos and Thanos' relationship with Gamora, because they both have that stepfather and father relationship, because of course Thanos is not really his kid. Thanos just took Gamora away from the village. Brings up to wonder what has happened to that as well. So yeah, I think you should definitely watch Avengers Infinity War. It's such a great film. Definitely watch it. And, it's really good. There's a lot of shaky cams in this film, but it's done perfectly well because the shaky cams really move you to the film when the battle sequence happen. It's really riveting. I will point this out. The battle sequence in Wakanda is really good, but it doesn't match up to what Game of Thrones has to offer with its battle sequence, because this battle sequence is 10 times more effective than Game of Thrones. But Game of Thrones is television, and the battle sequences are really, you know, really interesting than that. But you can't deny that this is just such a great film, great cast of characters. You think you can actually grow attached to them. 10 years this film has been building up, and we get to see, all of our favorite characters die in vain. And it's just so sad. I mean, it's just life there, people. It's just life there. And the movie was such a joyride, such a great, um, just great stuff. I mean, it's really good, really good. The story balances out really well, camaraderie with the characters in every way. I give it an A- for this movie. It's really good. It's not as good as Black Panther, but it's good enough. I think you will have a great time watching this movie this weekend or next weekend or whatever weekend you watch it. It's really good. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.